Alright, so on today's episode, I really just wanted to touch base with something that not much is talked about, and pretty much just comes down to the simple fact of what it's like truly doing YouTube for an extended period of time. Granted, I don't have a lot of time under my belt, I only have 1 year, and not a whole lot of videos to show for it. But at the same time, there's a lot that I have learned over the past year and trying to get back into YouTube that a lot of other people don't talk about. Because it's not about the beautiful, lush places that we can go to. It's not about the adventures. And granted, that's a lot of it. That's everything in between. But it's not everything. So I want to touch base with you and just walk you through the bullshit of what YouTube is actually like versus all of what you see. Because most often than not, there's not enough behind the scenes videos for you to understand the toll that it actually takes.
The complexity but simplicity of running and operating a YouTube channel, especially since technically the channel's been fully operating for a year, but I dipped out for a while because of just bullshit and everything else. But honestly, there's a lot behind the scenes with the YouTube channel that really isn't talked about. I mean, for instance, right now, I'm not even sleeping in my tent, which is right there, because of something that happened last night. I'm actually sleeping in my vehicle. So there's lots of fun little things that happen in between. It's never talked about, and I kind of want to just talk about it and touch base with everyone and really just go into detail about the bullshit that is operating a YouTube channel. Even though it's a lot of fun, there is so much work that no one ever really talks about. And there's a lot of things that happen that, again, no one ever really talks about. So I kind of just want to touch base with everyone and kind of give you an idea of what it's like.
Alright, so before we really get on today's episode, I really just want to throw this little fun thing out there. I don't think you can find it on the Death Wish Coffee website anymore, but their new flannel just showed up, and I'm trying to get this in focus. But yeah, their logo's on the inside of just the cuff on the sleeves, and oh my god, it's not a thick flannel, but I love it so damn much, because it's actually kind of fuzzy and warm. Oh, flannel's the best part of winter. You can actually wear them again. Alright, so being on YouTube for the past year, a lot of things have changed and a lot of things that I have learned. The number one thing is spurring your own creativity, because the YouTube channel itself, even if you're a very good creator or even just a mediocre creator, I consider myself a mediocre creator with everything that I've done, because I keep losing what you need in order to actually run a YouTube channel, and that's creativity. You need a constant realm of creativity. You need to have something that inspires you to keep filming, to keep creating, to keep working. And it's very hard to keep yourself self-motivated, because even when you outsource and you try and get people watching your channel and everything else, it really comes down to you having to keep your own creativity. Because let's be honest, a lot of people really don't interact as much with YouTube videos as they do like TikToks or anything like that. So YouTube is very honestly kind of just become a 5-second reel kind of thing. It has to happen one after the other, after the other, after the other, and changing. And it doesn't work that way. So we can work around it, we can create around it, but it's very difficult, especially when you're trying to work in the area that I'm in, which I really want to get into small filmmaking. And it just doesn't really flow the way we want it to. But the next thing is just the sheer expenses that come from running a YouTube channel, because you have lights, you have microphones, you have gear, you have camera, you have lenses, you have tripods, you have backpacks, you blah 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 blah. it literally just continues, and it gets more and more expensive as you progress, and you want to change things, and you want to upgrade, and you just want to make things look better. And for me, since I really want to push the small cinema line, you know, actually doing short films, I had to invest in something like this, which is a little monitor. What the fuck? A little monitor that goes through my camera, so I can actually look more at the monitor and where I'm going compared to this teeny tiny little screen that I have to look off of the camera. Then you also have your microphones. You have different varieties. You have the Mic Mini, you have Rode, you have DD, you have plenty to choose from, and choosing the right one for your setup is honestly a pain. Like, I personally work with Rode NTG and then the DJI wireless. Those two are my favorite. The Rode NTG is definitely more for this kind of video or just out filmmaking, and then we actually use the DJI wireless for like the podcasting side of the house with me and the Hound. Another network, and then I remembered, oh yeah, camera.
You were gonna do it again.
Almost.
We're the ones that smoked.
Right.
And hopefully more down the line, I really want to get more people involved in the podcast, but that's something else about YouTube that you really want to hone out to. Have one niche spectrum, but also make sure you're still having fun. If you aren't having fun doing your YouTube videos, creating, editing, sound design, anything like that, YouTube is not meant for you. It's very creative and it's very self-driven. You have to be very self-driven. Otherwise, it's not gonna work for you. And I'm gonna tell you flat out right now, YouTube is not meant for everyone. You have to be on a schedule, whether that's once a week, once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks, once every month. You have to keep yourself on a schedule in order to keep your YouTube channel growing. Because something that I've noticed is if you drop out of making videos, like you run out of your schedule, YouTube isn't going to be pushing your videos because you're not actually creating. You're not pushing anything onto the website. So they're not going to push your YouTube videos out into the ether for others to actually check out. So you really have to be on this schedule. And once YouTube actually recognizes that you're on a schedule, you're going to be better off in the long run, but it's a pain in the ass nonetheless. Like, I'm happy to be on YouTube. I'm happy that I'm able to just sit down and create and vibe and just have fun. Or like what we did up in the mountains a few weeks ago, where we were just literally messing around, having fun. Those are the days that are YouTube. And that's what I've honestly learned, is YouTube is a very, very desolate, lonely place. But it doesn't have to be. So if, in fact, you want to start a YouTube channel, try and involve others as much as you can, because it's more fun, it's more creative, it's more active if you're actually having fun. And that's the other thing, you have to truly enjoy doing this to get anywhere in this process. And if you don't enjoy it, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be blunt and honest, don't even try. Do not put the investment in. Like, start YouTube on your phone before you invest in a full rig like I have. Because if it's not what you actually enjoy, you're not really going to get anywhere with it. Just kind of keep that in mind. But anywho, I don't want to keep you guys for too long, because I just want to kind of touch base and just get this out there for everyone to kind of have an idea of what it's like just so far. Please like and comment down below. Please hit the notification bell and subscribe, because I do want to start pushing a lot more. But please understand that I am going to be working with the podcast every other week, and then standard YouTube videos the following week. It's every Friday, 8 a.m., and I will catch all of you in the next episode.